That's a good one. Hold on one sec. Hi, I'm Allie Levine, singer and guitarist of Beekeeper. And when I'm not collecting guitars in my spare time, I like to collect vinyl records. And you know what else? Beekeeper's first record, Slaves to the Nothing, is now available on vinyl. Limited quantities. And they're going fast. So pick one up today. Slaves to the Nothing on vinyl. Now where were
we? Welcome to Bee's Company, your beekeeper podcast, and the only way you could ever hang out with the three of us. I'm Dylan Marks, alongside the two greatest musicians in the entire world, Allie Levine and Wally Wallach. How you guys doing?
Great!
Doing great! Woo! All right, I love it. We got the levels perfect. It's good. It's good to once again.
Good to be
Bee's
back.
Company.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Episode 6? I think this is episode 6.
Wow, that's pretty well.
Episode 666.
Will be
666, get you pull.
Yeah,
right.
nice.
Shout out to.
I have no idea.
Oh.
666 get you pull. One of our fans
Well,
posts that.
yeah.
Or used to post, maybe not as much recently.
We'll pull it up. You know. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I think I'm a little low, but that's okay. Allie, you got to close it in there. Okay.
Yeah, watch out for those puzz, kids.
Yeah, we got to watch out for the putting. We're here and we never really talked about where we are. We're here in my garage.
Yeah, we
which
are.
is also a sort
Set
of
the scene a little
our
bit.
pre-production studio. This is where we've been recording all of our pre-production for Beekeeper's new album, Blazing Star, which we also are just now also properly recording the rhythm section for. We got some drums and bass done, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, that's what I thought we should talk about first, is our experience at Big Fish, tracking the drums and the bass to tape. A couple, last minute how do you do's. We ended up with more time, so we bought another day and squeezed the bass in there. Got the bass and the drums.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
It was a good time. I got to see some pictures that Andres has been fixing up, making look better.
Really? Oh,
Which is cool. Our friend Andres came and took photos of us.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you mind uploading those, or is it too big of a space to put them on the drive?
They're just all raw files right now, so they're very big.
Cool.
For the fan or the listener, raw files involve a much greater file size because of all the metadata that is connected to that file.
This is our guy right here.
We are striking all of this.
No, it's good.
This cannot be.
Folks at home,
Will not stand.
Wally talking like that is why all the recordings sound so good. Or the other way around, you know what I mean? They go hand in hand.
Yeah, I lie. Cool. Well, it's really hot in here, but we're gonna do the thing.
What's the thing?
Our podcast.
4 minutes
Bee's
in,
Company.
the phone comes out.
I have to look at my topics. Wally's topics. Everyone has their topics.
Well, Dylan, tell us about the San Diego Music Awards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Set
okay.
the scene. Gorm was nominated for Best Rock Album of the Year 2020.
Yes.
in
King
San Diego.
Gorm
King
was
Gorm,
nominated with our self-titled rock album. So I went to the San Diego Music Awards on Tuesday at Humphreys.
Ooh, really?
Is that the one by the bay?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Humphreys by the Bay. Not to be confused with Humphreys, the ice cream shop.
Ice creams.
But it was pretty cool. You know what's cool is I saw a lot of cool outfits.
Oh.
Because it's like an awards ceremony,
Yeah.
so there were people that were like...
Dressed to the nines.
I saw like a woman who had sort of like a dress, but it was like half of the
Dress.
dress was like skin. So it was like there was
Whoa.
like a thing like
what kind of skin
covering
was she wearing?
It was like
human skin.
skin-colored mesh.
No, it was just like, imagine like a backless
cutout?
dress, but it was like it like came from the side.
So her tit was out?
No. It just like the side, but just like her whole
A backless
side
dress.
was like,
Open?
yeah.
Okay, so you could see all of this was like bare and
Yeah, it was,
you
it was
could
like,
see
it was pretty cool.
everything.
It was
there.
like a slit just on one side.
it was more like just like your entire side. So like the entire like it was
Yeah,
cool.
I get it.
And then there were like cool suits, and then
I get it.
I did a Morbid Angel Houndstooth number. Nobody
What do
asked
you
me
mean?
who I was wearing.
Oh.
Were there live performances?
Yeah. I don't remember any of their names. There was like one like a very, very San Diego vibey band started it out. And I liked it because it was very like self-indulgent in terms of its San Diego-ness. So like a lot of spiky hair and like a lot of like Guy Fieri looking people.
Wow.
I liked it a lot. And unfortunately we didn't win. And also unfortunately our category was very towards the beginning of the evening. So it was like 30 minutes in, it's like, oh, this is cool. And then also Saki texted me that she was like, I was at a party and like there's a lot of buzz on the King Gorm album, like we could win. And I was like,
Oh no!
and then like we didn't win. And I was like, oh, okay.
The last second,
And
like
then we were there for like another 10 minutes. And we were just like, yeah, I'm suddenly not having much fun anymore. And then we're just like, you want to beat the traffic?
yeah.
Yeah. But it was fun. Like, you know, I bought a $15 beer.
Right
Holy
on.
shit,
You
yeah.
know,
Also, good to hang with Francis. I feel like when was the
Yeah.
last time?
yeah, it was cool. Hadn't seen Francis in a while. And also I bumped into Frank Torres.
Ah, yes.
Who's
One
that?
of the great sound guys of Sound Diego.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
he's got a band Unset, and he mixed the 1001 album.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
And he was the owner of Iacon, the
Yes.
studio where our
Oh.
other band used to
where
practice.
Birthwaters practice.
And where
also,
there
I
was a
saw
recording
Sulo.
studio. Oh,
He
yeah,
was
the
like
other
another-
co-owner
yeah,
of
he was
Iacon.
also there.
Yeah.
I also saw Latex Grenade.
Oh, that's great. This is some
Were
solid
they
networking
nominated?
opportunities, if nothing else.
Nick, the bassist from that band, is in like a bluegrass band where he plays an upright, and that group was nominated for like Best Americana or Country Song.
Cool.
Americana?
Uh-huh.
What were the metal bands that were nominated? Do you know?
There were no metal bands.
Rock bands only.
Yeah, like, because Eucharist was nominated in 2015, and that was just in the hard rock category.
Yeah,
And now there
rock.
literally isn't even a hard rock category. There's just a rock.
What do you do in San Diego?
Yeah, it is odd.
Music awards?
Yeah, because also
I think it's like a shameful thing. They don't want to like admit
Yeah.
Like,
that there's
is
like
it?
a blossoming metal scene in San Diego.
No, but
I'm
also
saying to
it's
them,
just
I think
like
it is.
erasing.
Maybe it's a money
the
thing.
fact, a money thing.
Yeah, it's like they only have so much time in their award ceremony.
Well, I was actually gonna say that's the only thing is I don't understand is like it seems like it would cost the same amount.
to just
You would
include
just
it.
get more people excited about the show.
If anything, you'd have more people
'Cause
come.
the
Maybe
only-
they don't
the
want to
o-
attract
the
that
only way,
element.
The only way I feel because when I was there, it
I'm
was
gonna
like
email them.
it was really cool. But when I was there, I was like, "Who's paying for all this?" And Francis was just like, "They sell tickets to this event."
You bought a $15 beer.
That's Humphreys.
I bet that's Humphreys. Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Someone's getting a cut. Humphrey himself. Cool.
That's why our albums sound good.
Because of those kinds of zingers.
But yeah, it was cool. It was a good experience. It was nice.
Great.
Yeah. Also, I think it's funny. I mean, let's go more back into Big Fish a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
did we jump out of that?
I was
Yeah.
like down to like get into it.
I didn't
And
even realize we were
and you're like,
gone.
yeah, it was really good, and we recorded them. We got the tape, and then so anyways, Dylan, the award show, and I was like, this is a whole episode
That's
here.
not how.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to it. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we spent a whole day getting the tone for the drums. We spent a whole day like dialing everything in, and that was really cool.
Yes.
And
And there was kind of not an issue with the pedals, but Dylan had ordered some pedals like months ago, and they arrived. Was it the day that you were tracking?
it literally, I ordered them. They're supposed to be like arrived months before. They were hand delivered by my DW dealer I believe it was the day before. It was the day that we were like setting up and
I
doing
feel like
all
it was the day that you actually tracked.
No, because it definitely wasn't.
No, because it was it Wednesday.
Yeah, it was the day before. But like, I was a nervous wreck because also I ordered these triggers that go in my pedals, which still haven't arrived. You know,
name drop them.
Weeks
put them on
later.
blast.
well, no, I mean
Literally.
I'm excied. Yeah, well, no, they're by a company called Pedal Trigger, and they're out of Italy. Italy. And I understand it takes a long time, you know. But I did like email them because for some reason I thought the company was in San Diego, so I was like gonna go pick them up. But they're like, no, we're in Italy, and I was like, oh. But they're like, they'll be there in 7 business days, which has elapsed. So I had many
there's
things
a lot of shipping issues these days. What with global pandemic?
But I'm just saying, I was a nervous wreck leading up to the recording.
Mm-hmm. And then shout out to your boy at
Frank Uberti.
Also Italian, maybe.
Yeah, definitely Italian. And he's just of Frank Uberti. He's just...
Yeah.
Is he not from a
sole
store?
proprietor?
He used to be of a store, but we're not going to mention that store because there was some shady
dealings.
And I'd rather just the credit go to where it deserves to be.
I want to hear about that off mic.
Sure.
Great. Sorry, folks.
So you got the pedals. They sounded great. They're super tight.
And to clarify, and we talked about this a bit on the last episode, but now you have 2 kick drums.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's 2 single pedals. Allie, stay with me. 2 pedals. And so this was a whole new experience, a whole new world with you.
It was good.
On the drums.
They're very tight, and I think just like I had so much adrenaline on that day, so that they just felt really good, and I'm happy how tight they were. But like there was a time when I was playing where I was like, I've never felt this good. Like everything, you know. And now there's no more adrenaline, so I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just like just a
normal.
Like chugging
out
up,
of shape.
Yeah,
just going up the stairs.
You know, but yeah, no, it feels good, and it also was just cool. I've never had a day of just setting up, a whole day of setting up.
Really?
Yeah, I've always like set up and then tracked like that day.
It's barbaric.
Well, what's crazy, folks, is we just reserved 3 days for the studio, right?
Yes.
Initially, we reserved
exactly
3
right.
days, 1 day for setting up, 2 days for drums. Mm-hmm. And that was even,
we thought
cutting
was almost
it close.
not enough time. Yeah.
Yeah. But Mr. Superstar, Dylan.
Mr. Adrenaline.
Yeah. Got everything in 1 day. All 10 songs.
Yeah. And we are not easy to please, the 3 of us. And so it really took a high level of execution to get that done in a day.
Yeah, it was amazing.
There's also that, like, I don't know, that very live, exciting, get it done in a day, feel to all of it. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome.
Yeah. And just like, this is cool. I like almost half of the tracks are just start to finish, just one take.
Yeah.
You know, the energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like pieced together.
Yeah, we couldn't, I call it checkerboarding.
Yeah.
Where you just take a bunch of different pieces from multiple takes and put it all together.
It makes it much more of like a, because I always want like an album to be like a historical vibe, like
a
documentation.
documentation.
Like, oh yeah, I can hear them. These guys sat down and popped out a thing for girls
or whomever. It was it's a moment in time captured on the tape, and in this case, physical tape, which is really cool. We can thank Jordan Andreen for making that possible for us. We literally learned an entire new approach to recording music because it is. Yeah. You don't think it's going to be that different, and maybe it's in particular because of the type of music we play, but trying to record to tape is a completely different beast and a huge learning experience, certainly for myself, but I think for all of us.
Yeah. I also just love it's like, if you're going to redo something, then the old one is fucking gone.
That is so
right. If you're going to redo a take,
yeah.
guess what? That old one is gone forever, and there's nothing you can do about
Control
it.
Z does not exist in this world. Yeah, or Command Z. That's a very funny joke to me, actually. All right, never mind.
You didn't get my joke.
I was talking over it, congratulating myself. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said PC police.
Ah, that's good. Okay. I apologize.
Ding. Yeah. Okay. So, but then
we'll be right back.
So then, there we are. It's the end of day 2 in the studio. We still have another day, but the drums are done. So what do we do?
Also, a little bit of back up to an earlier time, 1 week prior, when I was like, "Hey, Dylan, what if, since we've got these 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what if on Saturday I just go in there and I just knock out my bass? What if I just did that? What then?" And Dylan was like, couldn't take it at that moment. Like, was not like, because you were, like we said, it sounded like a lot already to do in 3 days, and we were concerned about that. And so I was like, I don't know, man. Like, that just, I don't know. Like, it sounds like a lot. And I agreed. And then it turned out that on Friday I did record bass, but I needed more time than you. And it was all a miracle because you were able to do setup in a day, track in a day, and then I had 2 days to track mine, which I needed every second.
But you also needed to set up,
Yes.
I
also
mean,
had to,
he was set
true.
up in an isolation booth already, but just to get the tone and set up all the recording mics. And so you set up and recorded in one day.
In the first day, right. That's true. And we had to like debug some things and like figure out, and then I had to figure out exactly how I was going to play it in this way without being able to just, I'm going to go punch, punch, you know what I mean? And that's totally a Beekeeper song.
I was very stressed out when you called me. Do you remember my 3-word response to your what if I track on Saturday?
I mean, I remember something along the lines of everything is on fire.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I was just like, everything is fire.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah.
And you're like,
but
okay.
it was very serious and very honest, and I appreciated that. And like, even though I was sort of like, no, like I could do it, and then I was like, no, he's right. And it would have been a lot. Like the whole point of taking a day to set up the drums is to be able to take time to listen and dial things in and not cut corners. And even that is honestly a short amount of time for, you have a pretty substantial kit. It's a complicated process getting this shit all set up. So doing that all in a day is already a feat. Anyhow, it was insanity to think that I could do it all on Saturday. So I'm glad that didn't happen. But it was also extra lucky I could take the extra day.
I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what would have happened at the end of Saturday? We'd be like, shit.
I mean, we discussed that,
Right.
We did discuss that.
No, that was a possibility.
No, but I mean, like, if the drums had taken 2 days like we planned, and
then we wouldn't have done...
We may never have done bass.
We wouldn't have done bass.
If we thought, but if Dylan had agreed, or if y'all had agreed.
No, he told me and I said, fuck no. And I was like pissed that you didn't talk to me about it.
I just knew he was going to be the biggest
asshole.
The biggest
really?
wall. Well, because I figured like... I figured I would start somewhere. Rather than blasting it to you guys and you just being like... You know what I mean? I was like, let me go to the one who I'm pretty sure is going to say flat out no. Because I honestly wasn't sure where you'd land on it, Allie. But in retrospect, it seems insane now, especially in hindsight, where it's like, I know how much work that all took and how difficult the songs are, that it seems absolutely insane. But at the time, I was excited about going to the studio and,
But it all turned out great.
Yeah, it did.
Yes. We're really excited.
There's also like, there were things that I was worried about, like, there's a couple songs, like we did a lot of stuff to the metronome, but there's like songs where the metronome goes away and then it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also parts in the recordings where the metronome stays, it never like goes away, but I step out of the metronome in terms of timing and rhythm. Mm-hmm. And once I do that, there's no real way to like measure things. So it's like, even with all the precision ways we like did all the it does the metronome at this speed for this long and then it changes. It's like, even with how perfect things were at, it was still like okay, but I could accidentally play that part a slight longer, and then when we go to a next, you know what I mean? And it's like all the things that were like, okay, this might end up weird, or it might, where they all worked on the first try. Like, they all fucking worked, and they all lined up. And, like, in Guest of Honor, it was like, and I was like, yes! In the studio, I was like, yes, it's fucking perfect!
Yeah.
I was so stoked.
But a lot of that stuff we've slaved over for a year,
exactly.
you know, starting with you actually building these clicks in Reaper and printing them out, and then us all playing to them and becoming accustomed to that, and then honing those into a pretty high detail and figuring out those spots where we could drop it out and how that would all work to the best of our ability. And then another whole stage of pre-production where then on some of those songs we touched up even more those clicks and then rebounced those out and then had to prep those to actually print to the tape, which was a whole other bag of worms that we had to deal with in terms of the click track being the most outside track on the 2-inch tape. And the tape being used before and just like having lived its life had like a physical anomaly on the outside of the tape where it would create the click to either click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Or it would, and still in time, but just you would lose that amplitude, or it might actually go like click, 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 click. Almost, I'm doing a bad rendition, but essentially going out of pitch. But again, staying in time.
Yeah.
So, you know, another shout out to Jordan for overcoming those sort of weirdnesses and stuff you just never would think about.
And there was a part where like the machine sort of like got knocked out of like calibration, and all of a sudden it was like playing at too high of a speed, and it was like because this tape was sped up, like it was a different pitch. You know what I mean? Like
the faster the tape reel goes.
And and in my mind I was like, what if they like don't know how fast it was? Like, how do they figure? Like, how do you like? Because I don't remember exactly which one. You know what I mean? I was like, I hope that's right. You know, it's just
you trust your tape operator to be able to calibrate and fix those kinds of things. He overcame a lot of complications. Just, I mean, he has a great and well maintained studio, but just with the nature of that old equipment, it has issues. But
and he did it in impeccable style.
Yeah, and always with just like so much energy and like just so psyched about audio and electronics and all that kind of stuff. He's really an interesting dude to work with.
Yeah.
So thanks, Jordan. And thanks to Zach,
Jordan.
Yeah.
His assistant, who was great, consummate professional.
And what was the other guy?
Nick, the intern.
But you know, it's funny when I saw Francis at the award show, he's like, "Oh, you were recording with my," because I guess Zach like fixes Francis's
synthesizer.
Oh, no way.
So like he was like, "Yeah, I was like texting him while you guys were like in the studio."
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
He was like, "Tell me all their secrets."
I know.
And Zach's like taking like, you know, photos of reconnaissance photos.
He's like, "Well, right now Dylan's smoking a bowl, so I don't know."
Cool. Well, yeah, Big Fish, big shout out. We are now booking our next stage, which is recording Allie's guitars, which is another big, hefty, difficult, in a way. But we'll be going to a different studio to track those guitars for various logistic reasons. But that's exciting too. Another new experience in another new place. We're excited.
Yeah, I guess so. I knew. Where is it? What is it?
Is it in PB?
No, it's nearby. It's in like Lemon Grove area. Sunsick Studio. Alex, and forgive me, Jacobelli. I'm not sure
also,
how to pronounce.
Sorry, I just wanted to. Is that on those chords?
First off, that's just her headphones. Second off, don't worry about it. I don't think it is.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we'll be going into Sunsick. Still sorting that all out, getting dates off work, etc. But yeah, that's the next step. And then, you know, we're starting to talk about vocals. But all of this stuff has been essentially practiced like live in our rehearsal space and then also in our pre-production phase, which I know we keep harping on. But I feel like I, in particular, I'm really excited about having taken that step with this record. And also the artwork, which we can talk about later.
Yeah, I was also thinking we can actually just thinking big picture, like thinking ahead for like album 3 or whatever. We can actually enter the pre-production stage much earlier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
totally.
Like we don't have to like have played the songs for a million years. Like, you know what I mean? That's like we can like when the songs are written, we can come in with the pre-production and learn them and get them down and have them listenable. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it could. I feel like we can streamline the process next time.
That's how Fermenter is going now. Fermenter is writing the songs in the studio, and I come back and I record all the guitars and iron out my parts, and then we essentially have a recorded pre-production product, and we're 4 songs deep on that right now.
I guess so.
Sweet.
So, I mean, it doesn't have vocals and bass and all this added stuff, so maybe it doesn't exactly feel like the same thing, but that is what it is.
Actually, maybe it's time for a quick Fermenter minute.
Sure.
I'm leaving.
So
I thought it was Fermenter Corner, but
no, it's a
Fermenter
it's
corner.
when
When did this happen?
No. It's always been a Fermenter minute because that it's always like, yeah, it's just gonna be quick. You know, it's just
Is
a
this a
Fermenter
thing?
minute. We've done a fermenter.
Are we making this a thing?
I'm happy for it to be a thing.
We've done a fermenter minute in an episode before. It's a
Well,
segment.
I feel
clearly
like
I'm outvoted.
There's a
so.
minute before Fermenter minute of this normally,
This is not going to be
and
2
then there's a
minutes
minute of
because of
ferment-
all this
yeah, yeah,
talk. Okay,
All
so
right. A real quick Fermenter minute, and go.
well, we have a couple shows that we're very excited about.
Our first show's back since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes, the first one is going to be in L.A. September
17th.
at Old Town Pub with other awesome bands from Metal Assault, the label we're on.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be awesome. It's in Pasadena. And then also we're playing in San Diego at Soda Bar on the 25th. That's a Saturday of September. It's in like a month. Playing with other rad bands, Ascended Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Plunger.
super cool. They're on the bill.
Yeah.
Gene Stealer.
Yeah.
Bunch of our friends' bands,
Yeah.
which we're excited about. Also, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the bands on that September 17th show. We got Dawn Fades, we have the Blue Prison, and forgive me again, Vile Eye Chaos.
Yeah. I've been saying H-Vile.
H-Vile. I feel like because it's like connected, it's like HVILE space I space KAOS. H-Vile Chaos.
Wait, isn't like HV like a Gaelic thing that's actually like Sha or something?
Oh, maybe it's
because remember John McMillan? Oh, it's like an M because like he'd made it like McValen, like VHO. Who knows?
Could be. We'll find out.
Who's releasing an album?
The Blue Prison, who are another 2-piece instrumental band.
Yeah.
So and they're on Metal Assault Records. So yeah, come out to the Pasadena show. Come out to the Soda Bar show. They're both going to be rad. And we're just fucking thrilled to be back playing music again.
Yeah.
And we have some new songs, which
we're
are
going to play new
gnarly.
songs. Also, we have a new shirt and CDs, and you can get them at the show.
Yeah, and check out Fermenter YouTube because we have a great new video, 7th Circle, which came out last month, and a bunch of cool content and shit on there. Anyways, that's our Fermenter Minute.
A Fermenter Minute. Thanks.
What if it always ends with you?
This has been a Fermenter Minute.
You guys want to take a break?
Sure.
I
Great.
could have taken a break a minute ago.
We'll be back with more Bees Company after this. I said Aster.
Hey kids, Dylan Marks here from Beekeeper, and I just wanted to tell you that the only needles we think are cool are the type that drag along the grooves of a vinyl record. So stay off drugs, stay in school, and pick up a copy of our vinyl record, Slaves to the Nothing, available now. Hey kids, are you ready to rock?
And we're back. This is Bees Company. I am Wally. We've already introduced ourselves.
If you're just tuning in 45 minutes into the episode, this is Wally.
And that's all you need to know.
So we were discussing tap water, and I don't mind tap water. I don't hate it. I sometimes like it. I say it's the #1 most crushable water. It comes out, the cold tap water comes out at like such a perfect temperature. I can taste the difference. It's not like I'm water blind. You know what I mean?
No, but you like tap water.
I don't mind it.
That's not true.
You say it's
Because-
the most crushable water.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, crushability is not
But
everything.
you've been like, there's nothing better than
Yeah,
being
you've definitely said that. I think you're walking back your previous statements on.
I mean, no, there are
Don't be
times where it's
ashamed.
I'm not ashamed.
Be proud. I'm proud about
I'm trying to be accurate.
Whoa.
Whoa. Did you just move the mic closer to
Well, I'm
you?
trying to.
Okay, your love for tap water. Continue.
Well, no, I was just saying that when I tried Liquid Death and I said I liked it,
Yeah.
and you said, yeah, but you like tap water.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it tasted like tap water. It tasted like pretty, like fresh, purified water.
Is it purified? I
don't
thought
know,
it was
but that's what it tasted
spring
like.
water.
I have no idea.
And this is why we should only talk about it when we have it in front of us, and we're
Yeah.
doing our water
We're gonna
challenge,
do a
which
taste
we're going to
test
do a
one
water
day.
challenge. So
A
this is
water
just a
challenge.
preamble
I like
to
it.
that.
Are you kidding?
No, I like it.
Okay, great. Well, the reason I'm a little annoyed is
Because I'm here.
Is because the Earth is round.
well, I had picked up a Liquid Death at like a discount store with like a bunch of other fancy waters, and I wanted to do like a blind taste test because I've always complained about Liquid Death.
And what is it that you complain about?
It doesn't taste good.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, great. And but I drank all the water because just we were doing pre-production. We stopped doing the podcast, and yeah. And I kept saying like we just need to like film a video, but it never happened. So I drank all the water. So now I need to get more.
I just thought.
Dylan had like this much of it. You had like a little.
I had a
cup.
sip. I tasted it.
Yeah, I'm not accusing you of not having very much.
Hey.
I'm just I'm painting a picture for the listener.
I just thought, if you're listening to this show, a fun Bees Company drinking game could be every time we mention the pre-production, you take a shot.
They'd be shit-faced by now just from okay, but everything after now. If we ever mention it again, then you have to take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you do it during the whole beginning, then
I
you're
wonder
screwed.
if we ever will mention pre-production like on stage. You mean like
What?
No.
How you guys doing? This next
No.
song was a hell of a lot of
Oh my
fun
God.
in the pre-production.
Honestly, if I was watching a band and they talked about that, I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
Okay, now I'm gonna like bring it up at a show.
He's
But
like, hey,
also-
we're Beekeeper. And you like turn to us and you're like, how about that pre-production, huh, guys?
Yeah. It's either gonna be pre-production
Everyone
or you're gonna like
leaves.
say, or you're just gonna tell the audience like where you are in like a build cut cycle.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, last year was a build,
Yeah.
and now we're cutting and getting shredded. And then you like lift up your abs, and it's like,
Lift up my ass. I lift up my guitar, my gut spills out.
it's like you're the triangular like shape of the guitar. There's like fat like coming out the edges of it. Oh, how amazing is this? On my phone today, Allie, which is my best friend's name, something I've typed into my phone a million times. My phone wanted to autocorrect Allie to all you can eat. So,
Exhibit
Allie,
A.
all you can eat Levine.
yeah.
But that's a you thing because you're typing it.
I've never typed in all you can eat into my phone.
Yeah, but your phone is suggesting it to you.
You
But
do
it's-
listen to a lot of Doughboys. Maybe they just sensed it from your love of a
But,
podcast about fast food.
No. You know that like they're afraid to say all you can eat,
Who?
like restaurants. Like now they no, it's true. Like now on like
They.
menus it says like all you care to eat, or like no, I swear, like
Oh,
they're
because
afraid
there's
of
a
that.
challenging aspect.
Yeah, they're like afraid of that exact like wording where it's like all you can eat. It's like how it's like you don't see the word like cheap anymore. Everything's like
Well,
inexpensive.
you say
or-
buffet, right?
yeah, but
Or
they
it's
won't-
like
but
if
you
they
won't
did
see
like-
the term all you can eat.
Right. It might as well have a question mark on the end, like all
What
you
about
can eat.
all you can eat sushi?
Umiya.
Las Vegas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do not.
Do they say all you can eat?
Uh,
I mean, we definitely talked about whether or not it was an all-you-can-eat sushi because
But it is.
It was all you can eat.
I mean, it was advertised.
I'm just...
But I mean, maybe like the actual copy on the menu said like, all you care to eat.
I'm looking it up.
No,
And now I'm on my phone.
Also, like, I mean, I don't know if this is a stupid story to tell, and we're already just kind of talked about it, but like, there was a moment when we were in Las Vegas, and I said
On our
second tour, Dylan's taking a shower, me and Allie are in the main room of the hotel room we're in at the Luxor, and I'm like, hey, how about sushi? Allie goes, wait. Oh, I fucked up the story. Let me take it again. I want you to tell the story from your perspective because I like the way
From your perspective
plays.
when you were in the shower.
Yeah. I like it from that
I turn off.
perspective.
I'm in the shower. I can't hear anything. It's like shower noises. I turn off the shower, and all I hear in the other room is just, sushi. You said so, liar. What? You said it was vegan sushi. And I'm like, what is going on? And like in the course of
There it says all you can eat right
all you
there.
can
Boom.
eat menu.
I'm amazed you remembered the
I'm
name of that
joking.
place.
He said it.
I'm amazed either of you
I'm
remembered.
amazed Dylan remembered it.
Hey, I mean, if
It says,
if my
it
predictive
says on the
text
menu,
says anything.
Umiya sushi, all you can eat.
Okay, well,
Great.
once again,
But the moral...
But also, or yeah, not just the moral, but the end of the story.
moral of the story is
the
try
end
to
of the
exercise.
story. The moral of the story
so-
is
I think when I was in the shower, Wally was like, "Do you want to get sushi?" And Allie thought that he already had a place in mind. So he's like, "Do you want to get sushi?" And Allie goes, "Is it vegan?" And he's
Yes.
like, I don't. Well, we have to like find a place. And then she's like, "No, but let's go to the place that you mentioned." And he's
You're not-
like, I never had a
You
place
weren't
in
even
mind.
there.
you tell
But
it.
isn't
you
that
tell
what
it.
happened?
I feel like you're
I don't remember at this
that's
point.
closer to,
so many years ago.
yeah that,
And
that
then-
no,
and then-
I think at that point it was like
He said vegan sushi, and I got
I
excited.
said what about vegan maybe we can find some vegan sushi and you were like cool is it all you can eat I was like
No!
I don't know we gotta find it that was what it was
But we did go to an all you can eat.
I know but that was at the end we were like okay let's find one but it was literally like that was what this whole argument was about.
Tell us.
What did you think happened? Or
Wally
rephrase,
said
what
vegan
actually
sushi.
happened?
We were hungry. We got to the hotel. Dylan took a shower. Yeah, we were hungry. And Wally was looking up options for food.
Mm-hmm.
And he said vegan sushi. Okay?
Okay, and then what'd you say?
I don't remember.
I
don't remember.
You said, "Cool, is it all you can eat?" And I was
No,
like, "No, I don't
that
know."
is
That-
not-
But also, okay,
No,
but for the
No, stop. The argument was never, is it all you can eat?
Oh, it was
It's
always,
you
was
said
it vegan?
sushi.
Oh.
You said vegan sushi, but it wasn't vegan sushi. I got excited because there's a vegan sushi place in Las Vegas.
I was probably saying, "Let's try and find a vegan sushi place." I
Yeah.
didn't say, "Oh, look."
But
or-
it wasn't even that we were going to a sushi place that wasn't vegan. It was, he said vegan sushi, but it wasn't in fact a fully vegan sushi place.
they had vegan options.
Every sushi place has vegan options.
Well-
Okay, it's not a vegan sushi place.
I was just reading what it said on Google, probably. This was a long time ago. How many
Yeah,
years
it
ago
was-
was this?
it
Was
was-
this 4 years ago now?
For the listeners, you see how that evening ended with us getting sushi and having a
And it
great
was
time.
great.
And playing an
So-
amazing
so
show.
There's literally there's no conflict, and yet we're still fighting, and that's the Beekeeper.
the
It's
Beekeeper
like there
way.
literally isn't an issue, but we're like, no, you said it. Like we're arguing.
mean, I
we're arguing about a magical.
But now,
evening.
like other aspects are like getting added to the story, like the all you can eat. Like it just happened that we went to an all you can eat sushi
Oh, okay.
place.
I thought maybe that was part of it because of the
it
like,
wasn't.
Las
So
Vegas
that's
of it
what's
all.
annoying because now we're trying to recall and we're just like adding our own stuff in
Including
it.
new
Yeah.
components, just because we were talking about
No,
all
you
you can
said
eat.
it was all you can eat.
I just that was in my head. I thought there was another thing we were arguing about,
And the-
aside from it just being vegan.
and the whole
There were a lot of arguments. I mean, even to this day,
and
just
the whole
stupid
time,
little arguments.
The whole time there's arguments
It's out of
happening,
flow.
Cheyenne's just like
No,
like
Cheyenne
lying,
wasn't there.
like face down, like
Cheyenne wasn't there. It was Ash.
oh right.
Wow.
See what I have to deal with.
You didn't remember what you said.
Because I don't remember. I don't even remember exactly what I said yesterday. It's like I can't like go into
Guys,
telling
we're
a story.
We're busy remembering how to like play intricate songs and stuff.
I always
We
feel
don't
like
have
I know
time for
exactly
this.
how it went down, and then as soon as I have to verbalize it, I'm like, I said something, and then
Yeah, because you
said
have like a
something.
story in your mind,
Yeah.
but like
Or like just like a visual
Yeah.
like snapshot.
of me choking you.
Dylan coming out in his towel like,
I'm like, get off, get off.
I was just
Crunch.
thinking, this is totally random, but I started watching the show called The White Lotus. Have you ever heard of it?
No,
It's on HBO, has a bunch of great people. Do you know who Steve Zahn is?
I do.
Yeah, big fan, big Steve
Saving
Zahn fan,
Silverman.
right? So there is a moment in White
Others-
Lotus. Do you guys care about spoilers?
I'm never gonna watch
Well,
it.
the question is, do you care about spoilers?
If you care about spoilers about The White Lotus,
A show we've
just
never heard
dip
of.
out for the next like 45 seconds. In The White Lotus, Steve Zahn pulls his whole dick and balls out and holds them.
Why?
He's showing his wife that his balls are inflamed.
Is it actual dick and balls?
You can't tell because it's like a cut.
But also, this is your takeaway from the show.
I'm just saying it reminded me
Because
because
you
I was
said
thinking of
you're
you
taking
coming
off
out in
your
a
towel.
towel and then whipping us with your
okay.
dork flying. And so I just, the last dick I saw was Steve Zahn's, ostensibly Steve Zahn's dick.
Right into us. What's the last dick you saw?
When was the last time you saw Steve Zahn's dick? and spoiler concern.
And
Wally, I feel like there's things you've like been trying to get to on your phone.
No,
that
I
we've
haven't.
been
I've just been,
blasting
honestly,
through.
I've just been letting it go because I realize whenever I'm doing this is bad and it's not good for me to be looking at. And not just that, but it's like I would rather just let the conversation flow. I know there's like those lapses or whatever. I mean,
that's my toast eating time.
we could cut those parts out. And B,
What lapses?
when it's just like, haha.
And then
Yeah. We're just like
that's
sitting there or whatever.
fine.
No, it's fine if it's in the middle of a story. I'm saying when we essentially like run the length of our conversation.
or when you hit your
When I hit the thing. Yeah, exactly. But what do I have? Because I'm going to just look. And I guess the same difference is
Yeah, and also I
just
can
look
talk
and we
while
cut
you're
that
doing
out.
this.
Okay, vamp for me.
All right. Well,
Okay, I got it. So I found out recently. So here's the thing. My last name is Wallach. Wallach. And in my head, I'm like, that's very similar to Wallach. Wallach, which is short for Wallachia, which is a place in Romania. And Vlad the Impaler was Vlad of Wallachia. And so like in my head, I was like,
Is it-
cool. I have like a vampiric like
Is it Wallachia?
line. Yeah, I mean in my, in Hebrew, my last name is Volach.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like kind of stoked about that. I was like, no, I'm like maybe kind of a vampiric
maybe you're
skeletal
related
structure.
to Dracula.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And except then the thing was that I had thought that Wallachia was in Lithuania, which is where my family is from,
Yeah.
not Romania. It is in Romania.
Yeah, which
And-
used to be Transylvania. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also just found out that we have zero connection to that at all. And I was pretty disappointed.
That's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. I did at one point in one of my morning meetings at work, someone was like, it's almost like they take attendance, but they're like, hey, Adam, what are you doing today? And I like tell him, and he's like, how do you pronounce your last name? And I was like, oh, it's Wallach, or whatever. And he's like, where does that come from? I was like, well,
I love
Vlad of
vampire.
Wallachia. So I sort of
He's
have
like
like,
turning you down.
yeah. I literally said this, and now it really makes you cringe. I was like,
Well, actually,
I like to think
It's
of
funny
my
you
last
asked.
name as being vampiric or something like that. Like I
Yeah.
said that in my meeting, and I was like really stoked. And people were like, oh no. And now it's like, nope, complete lie, fabrication.
Should we just start calling you the Count?
I don't hate that. And now I'll be like, 5 ohms impedance. Ha, ha, ha. I couldn't think of a better example.
No, that's good.
Okay. Also, I said ha ha ha, and it should be ha ha ha. Okay.
Yeah, but
I'll
you're
drop
you're
that in.
your own person.
I'm my own count.
Yeah.
What is it? What is that face?
No, I'm just.
I like look over and she's like,
You know, there's a sort of legend in my family that Marks isn't our last name.
Is not your last name.
Correct.
Do you think it's like of any sort of alternate version?
Well, no, I'll tell you the story.
Oh, okay. Great.
So, and literally as vague as I'm about to tell you is all the details I've been able to squeeze out of my dad and everything he knows. It's very like,
okay.
It sounds like a great grandfather said this to someone like in passing once. Okay, but apparently, our last name isn't Marks, but you know, like in older like generations, your signature they'd say like put your marks down.
Oh yeah.
So they'd say that there's like, you know, the official came to town and was like doing a census or whatever, and was like, all right, everyone put your marks down, and like someone in our family was just stupid and they wrote down Marks. That's sort of the legend, and then apparently the real last name was Tobaccan.
Dylan Tobaccan. Where would that name be from?
I don't know.
I mean, where is Mark? I mean, you're also Lithuanian, partially, are you not? Or Spanish?
No, my dad's side, which is Marks, is they're like Lithuanian.
And your mom's side is
Spanish Jew,
Yeah.
Mediterranean.
Okay, cool. So, what is Marks then? Is that Lithuanian, or it doesn't smack of, you know?
I mean, it has a K
the motherland
instead of a C, which is like Eastern European.
I see.
And also, you know, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
that's
it's
fine.
just like,
Curious.
what the hell is Tobaccan? Like, that sucks.
Well, yeah. Is that
It makes me think of Tomako from The Simpsons.
I 100% was going to say that. Yeah. Or like toboggan.
Yeah, or tobacco.
Right, of
Or
course.
all
Well,
those-
that's what
It just sucks. Tobacco. Like,
there could be a
and also, it's just like the story implies that like my ancestor is a moron.
well, that's, I mean, being uneducated is not, you know, uncommon, and
Yeah.
you know, certainly during that time.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Tobaccan.
Tobaccan.
So like tobacco, but tobaccan.
Tobaccan. Right. Like you throw your tobacco out, you fix your tobacco in.
It's like tobacco in a car.
Tobacco in a car.
Yeah.
Or tobacco, lettuce, and tomato.
Right. I was going to say, bring home the tobacco.
Allie, is there anything you could tell us about Levine? Anything you know?
I mean, Levy is a pretty old school
Yeah.
Judaic one.
I don't know.
But is Levine Levy? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. I would say it's at least derived from that.
Huh.
Levine. It's very similar.
I'll say
Levin.
one thing about on my mother's side, which I just think is so weird. So my grandma's maiden name was Baldrini, and her husband that she married and took his name was Strazzini.
Baldrini and Strazzini?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is pretty crazy. What
Yeah.
is that? Is it a suffix? The "ini"?
So
yeah.
they were both, like, my grandma's dad was from the Tyrolean Alps
Wow.
in, I guess it's Italy now. It's like Tyrol. And then my grandfather, who she married, was from like the Swiss Alps. So it's like, I guess, kind of the same region.
What is now Italy and Switzerland? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but it's just like such similar last names.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, how big? Like, I mean, that's a big coincidence. It's also like a huge coincidence that both my parents are from Zimbabwe and they met here. Like, that's a weird coincidence.
Yeah. I mean, there was, because I remember my mom being part of something called SAJAC, which is the South African Jewish something community.
American
Community. Thank you. Your dad was too. So
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like there is that sort of, they tried really hard to kind of unite when they immigrated here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, most of them are South African.
true. True. No, it's not
Yeah.
wild. It is. Yeah.
Excuse me.
My parents met in South Africa, but they came here when they were like 24 or something. It's like, that's
they like
wild.
got together when they were young.
Yeah. And like to think to like meet someone and just immediately go to another country with them, like far, you know, it's pretty gnarly.
I know.
It's different times, you know?
Yeah. My mom, she like left when she was 17, just never went back home.
Wow. Wild.
Crossed an ocean.
Yep.
Fucking. I mean, I guess it's strange because it's like no one could have stayed in. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you know.
At that time, you mean?
I mean, it's just like everyone that's from Zimbabwe
Left.
at this point no longer. You know, it's like
Right,
maybe if
right.
they didn't leave in the 70s or 80s, but it's like
Sure.
no one's there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gnarly. Well, that was my thing about my last name. I was curious, did either of you guys go to Hebrew school? That actually is a
No.
great jumping off point from what we were just
I
talking
did.
about. You did go to Hebrew school. You didn't go. I definitely went to Hebrew school, and I was...
But you went, when you say Hebrew school, you mean like a Hebrew school?
So no, I went to a private Jewish school until 8th grade, through 7th grade, and then in 8th grade I went to public school. And then while I was going through high school, I was also going to, I think it was called Hebrew High at the time, but it was like...
yeah.
you
No,
know, yeah.
I taught Hebrew High for a little bit.
Oh,
I taught
wow.
drumming.
Oh, well, that's amazing. If I had taken drumming, I would have actually maybe enjoyed
But
myself.
it was
Tough.
But also, I don't want to.
No. I was literally just stream of consciousness.
But I did Hebrew school. I never went to a Jewish elementary school or like school. But I had to do Hebrew school up until my bar mitzvah because that's how I like learned all my bar mitzvah stuff. And then after my bar mitzvah,
yeah, adios,
Yeah.
muchachos.
you ever heard the joke? Do you know why Jews don't have hell?
Why?
Because they have Hebrew school.
All right. We'll be right back. I pointed at over there.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, we used to like get drunk and like I remember we were so terrible and like there was a lot of like drama and just like it was terrible. There were tennis courts that were attached to the school we used to go to at night for Hebrew school, and we would just go out to the tennis courts and like, you know, smoke weed or whatever, and then like go into class.
While you were like in Hebrew school?
So it's like I would be in public school all day, and then I would be driven to Hebrew school in the evening, and I would be there for 3-4 hours or something like that. But I had friends who were also going to that Hebrew school, so we would like carpool, but we would either ditch or we would go like to the tennis courts and like drink Smirnoff or something stupid before.
Was it found
class.
out that you ditched?
So, well, yes, but also one of our friends got like way too drunk one day and was like, it was bad. But I know I had a unique experience.
So I'm sure that you like had to go to the Hebrew High.
Yes.
But was it like sort of like a thing where like you were sort of like, yeah, no, I'm down to like where you like didn't want to admit that you didn't want to go see, or was it like I don't want to go in? It's like you have to go, or where you're like, no, I'll do it. You know.
Are you talking about going to Hebrew
going
school?
to Hebrew High?
I never wanted to go.
You were out. You like were
100%. I was
outspokenly didn't want to go.
Yeah,
and
I mean, if anything, it was just an opportunity for me to go hang with my friends outside of my house at home.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I didn't have a lot of opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
But I used those opportunities in bad ways, and it was never my like whether or not it was my idea. I couldn't say because at the time I was like just a kid. But
How old were you?
Well, it would have been from 8th grade, so 14 through 17 or so.
You guys were drinking all that time?
Yeah, it was bad. Well, no, not the whole time. I mean, I was not drinking when I was 14, but soon thereafter, you know, it was. People
That's
were stealing
crazy.
shit and bringing it to I had a what do you call that, a somewhat delinquent childhood.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if I feel like other people have had similar experiences to that, but maybe just more of my generation.
Yeah. I mean, that seems nuts to me because it's like to me, I never went to Jewish like school growing up, so for me it was like, okay, you gotta have a bar mitzvah, like you gotta learn this stuff at some point. So it was like go to this thing after school until you have a bar mitzvah, so you can like it was like so you can get a bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
which like in my mind, I guess then and now is like, okay, that make like that makes sense. You know what I mean? But it's like like high school age, like I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I got homework. I got a million things that you got to go. Like that is a tall order. Man.
Yeah, it's
that's
sort of
tough.
no surprise that I would not want to be there and lash out.
Yeah.
But I also had to take classes for my bar mitzvah with the rabbi, and I was going to Orthodox synagogue at that point. So it was like gnarly. Anyways, just curious. I wrote down Hebrew school in my notes, and I was curious if either y'all done that. Anyway,
what's like an extracurricular that you parents like forced you to do that you didn't want to do, or like some sort of thing that they made you like sign up for that you like?
Or did you ever play any sports?
No, they like didn't push me to do anything.
That sounds so amazing.
I was really like, I don't want to do that, and
they just said okay.
I was very bratty. Yeah, kind of
like
today.
Do that. What did you want to do?
I did like guitar lessons, like, and I did babysitting, like when I was in middle school. And
when did you actually start playing guitar?
When I was 13. I took lessons with my friend because she wanted to play. And, like, my brother had also gotten a guitar at that time. And I just, like, he was, like, into System of a Down. And I thought that was cool. And I just wanted to learn. And, like, we had a lute. My mom had, like, a really old lute in the house that I, like, would play when I was younger. So I was, like, into stringed instruments. And, like, we had a keyboard, so I was like always into like music and like singing, so but yeah, so I did guitar lessons like throughout high school, and
that's so awesome.
But as for extracurricular, like even summer school, I didn't want to do that. You know, I was sometimes like my cousins would come for the summer and we would get signed up for like craft summer school, but nothing like extracurricular. Like I think I wanted to do, what's that, like geography thing?
Geography Olympiad?
Yeah, I wanted to do that.
What is that? Remind me.
It's like a spelling bee, but it's like just knowing geography facts and like knowing the rivers.
Competitive geographical knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but I really wanted to do it, and then I was like really bad at it. So then I just like gave up. There was a lot of stuff like when I was younger, I was really good at spelling up until like 6th grade or something. And then I just stopped like studying. It was just like easy to me, but I like only did things I thought were easy. I didn't like try to push myself. Very telling of who I am.
That's funny that your parents would like be like, oh, okay. Because I remember that like when we first started hanging out in high school, I mean, I guess I didn't know too, but like my first impression of you at like home was like, fuck, Allie could just like come and go like whenever she wants. Like this is amazing. Like this, like I just remember thinking like you could just like leave and like come back, and it was like, I mean, I bet you couldn't like just leave, but like
I just did a lot of things and didn't ask, you know.
Yeah,
but they didn't like chew you out or guilt trip you for doing them because not to say that was
sneaky.
Oh, that's not how you're painting it. Didn't have a sneaky vibe.
But I remember it would be like a school night, and I'd like come over at like 10 p.m. and I'd be like, let's go hang out and smoke weed, and you'd just like walk out of your house, and it like just wasn't a problem. You wouldn't like, we just did that like a million times. Like it didn't seem like, for me it was like I would never be able to like leave my house without my parents.
It's like a novelty.
Well, you were an only child also, so.
Well, I'm not an only child. I mean, I guess
at your
brothers.
home. At that time.
That's true. That's true.
Living with your mom.
I guess so.
In a place like that's all one level, and you're like, you open your door and she's like right there.
Also, I think of you as being like also pretty like on a more peer relationship with your folks, where like.
But my parents were really strict growing up.
Were they?
Very, very, very strict. Where like the point where like my friends were always like, dude, like why are your parents like up your ass, you know? And then like when I became an adult. And
then it got
like,
worse.
No. Then it's like, then it's like I feel like they sort of chilled out. But like,
right, of course.
Because also, you know, you know, like both of my parents, like I guess maybe it's a difference between like a South Africa and a Zimbabwe thing, because both my parents are sort of the very same like specific type of like you're gonna be proper, and it's like very, it's, you know what I mean, and you know that's why it was like you go over to someone's house, like you find the owner, you shake them, and like you look at them, you say thank you for having me, and it's like that thing is like so ingrained, and it's like if I didn't do that, if I like didn't like follow these like basic things, it's like I would just get like eviscerated, because it's like that's maybe how other people act. That is not how we act in this. You know what I mean? There was always, which I always like appreciated, almost like a not like an elitism, but like a sort of like
a high bar.
This is the right way to. It's like other people don't act like this, but we do, and it's like we, you know, which I feel like is maybe that was just sort of my perception of it. Because also like everyone else's parents were like American and mine were like weird Zimbabwe, you know what I mean? So like,
I mean, I think that's how it feels. Like, I think a lot of parents can be overbearing or feel overbearing to the children.
Yeah,
you know, and they're just like, I feel like if I had a kid, I would just like squash it into smithereens with like the terror I would have of it, like, you know, just exiting the house. Like I worry when my cat doesn't come home at night. Like I would 100% be like a helicopter parent on a child if I had one. But it took me a long time to realize that, as opposed to feeling constantly like I was being restrained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom, like with my brother Dan, she often like thinks like, oh, I was like way too hard on him. And like, I think like I was like like, you know, she was like,
oh yeah,
because
they had
hard
some,
on him. Yeah. So I feel like I was on almost like a toned down you know what I mean?
Because he was the guinea pig.
Yeah. But also like, you know, parents, nobody knows, you know, nobody knows. We're all
For
just
sure.
They're all just trying, you know.
100%.
Like I had great, you know. We all, it's like
You got great parents. They come to all your shows. They're fucking amazing. I love your parents. My parents come to my shows when they can. It's awesome.
Yeah, we have great. Yeah.
Your parents are super supportive of you. We recorded our music video in their house.
Yeah.
Blasting.
Yeah.
The most obnoxious listening possible to Vargas is that day at your house. Like it being blasted on the stereo because we were listening to it through the PA. Yeah. And you playing along on the drums with nothing else in a open, like empty wooden chamber.
Yeah. I remember going up to your mom at some point during the day and just being like, hey, you know, just like, thanks for like, I know this is insane. And she's like, it's like,
yeah, they're super laid back.
Yeah. And I remember being, she's like, yeah, it's loud, but you're doing loud. Just, like, yeah, it's loud.
It's amazing.
You know, whatever. You know, like,
love it.
You know, I was like, oh,
That's like I got to I was supposed to record Platypus Egg's first album, and Battlefrost, the studio I was working at the time, suddenly was not available, and me and Charles, the studio owner, tore a bunch of the gear out of the studio and installed it into my mom's house, and I recorded Platypus Egg at my mom's house using all of my like, you know, my childhood bedroom, my sister's bedroom as like ISO rooms.
Wow.
And like put the drums set up in the living room, which is like the biggest. It was a wood room essentially, I tracked Andre's upright bass in my mom's living room. Do you know that?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's like extremely laid back for my mom to allow that. But also, your mom did your hair for Vargas, and like an iconic results. You know. Like that hair is, I've never seen hair like that hair.
Yeah. I know, I like want to get a perm so bad.
Yeah. We should all get perms.
Dylan doesn't need a perm.
A proper perm.
A perm is like a tight curl, right? Though, like
you can get a straight perm.
I'm imagining like Daryl.
It's a chemical process.
I'm imagining like Jerry curl.
You can get all different kinds.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the like, I guess, more feathered perm of the like glam metal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that a perm? That's a perm too.
I think
like
that's
everyone
also
in the '80s had a perm.
Like in
everyone with curly hair
on Pantera power metal. Like those pictures of them. Yeah. They all have perms, don't they? Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe Rex doesn't. Anyway.
Rex still has the like. He's got like I feel like if I'm imagining it right, he's got. Maybe it's.
Yeah, he did, but it was straight on the bottom.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yes. Sort of mullet perm.
Yeah.
The permullet.
Maybe one day I'll get a perm.
Does it last like until you shower, or it lasts?
I don't even know the answer to
Oh
that.
my God,
actually.
no.
I mean,
Well, how
what
long
if you
does it
sleep
last?
on it, gets all messed up?
Permanent? Like it's supposed to last a long time. It's supposed to last until I mean
I didn't know it was short for permanent.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's short for.
What if it's not? Back on my phone.
No, it lasts for a while. You have to get it like touched up because it like falls out, you know. But it's supposed to like
Like your hair falls out?
No, like the curl. You know.
Oh, the curl like breaks, like it ends. It becomes straight again.
It doesn't become straight, but it's just not as tight.
I see.
Because it's like a chemical process, so it's like, but it's like your hair will always have that effect until it like grows out, you know.
Oh wow.
So it's
But then
probably
you can
pretty
get like
destructive.
you can get like straight perms. It's like also like a chemical process.
So it's really just the process of using chemicals
I
to
thought,
adjust.
Yeah,
the
I thought perm like equals curly.
Jinx.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what most people equate it to in the 80s because that's when it was like huge and everyone got them. But yeah, it's very damaging. And there's like newer processes that are supposed to be better.
Yeah. And in the 90s it was straight. Everything was all about the straight
I
hair,
just
right?
remembered a perm
Yeah.
is involved in the crux of the court case in the climax of Legally Blonde.
Oh.
It's like a murder case, and the murderer says, she's like, yeah, I got a perm and went home and took a shower. And they're like, but a perm, you can't shower for like 24 hours.
I know, that's why I thought you were like, that's actually what I thought of when he said, does it only stay for until you take a shower?
Oh, that's, yeah. I didn't.
You held the answer to your own question
Well,
inside
I know.
all along.
Permanent wave, commonly called perm or
Wave.
permanent
Wave
Wave.
Studios.
Permanent Wave Studios. It's pretty good. Or just Permawave.
Yeah.
Permanent Wave is fun. It's like
Sometimes
primitive
called
man.
curly perm to distinguish it from a
Curly
straight perm.
curly perm.
Yeah, there's many different types, but anyways. Yeah,
There are many different types of the perm.
I don't know. There's like still people that get it, like
Mhm.
like hair metal guys. I mean, there are a lot of people, but I always didn't want to get one because my mom was like, "Oh, it ruined my hair in the '80s," you know. And even when I curled my hair that day for the music video, it's like I could tell it was like damaging.
Yeah, a lot of people who lived through the 80s, like in the heyday, don't look back on it with as like rose-colored glasses as people who like kind of just caught it or missed
Romanticize
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I like perms and stuff, but I never actually lived in the time where that was the norm.
And having to deal with that.
You know, it's like that would be the same of like me liking like blonde tips.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a hair appointment. I'm getting blonde tips. But guys,
God
what
damn.
should we plug before we wrap her up?
Are
Wrap
we
her up.
rapping?
We haven't even played a game.
Are we rapping?
Well, I thought we were getting. We were like,
Well, he's
we're
going
all-
to play a game. A beacher.
Beacher? A special beacher?
A special beacher.
I mean, do we? All right.
We always have.
Where you gotta be?
I just figure it's like coming up in an hour and a half. You know, like
I mean, that's without anything cut.
I don't feel like there's much to cut.
Here, let's do this. Let's play a game and we'll call it.
Do you got a game? Because I don't got shit.
I do. I have a few games. We always do a thing. You know that. You bring the versus albums or whatever.
Yeah, but we had lots to talk about. I
But
feel like
we
we just
did-
always just have something to talk about.
No, but that's part of it's like a fun
Something
thing to do.
to talk about.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Okay.
How about Lerv?
So I have some options, but the one I was going to pitch is the No More This Type of Person game.
What?
Do you remember that one, Dylan?
Yes. But
So-
Allie doesn't know it.
Yes. And also, I only kind of remember, so I'm hoping you can fill in the blanks a
Wait,
little
how
bit.
do you guys know?
From another show that we listened to called Bee's Company. No, it's just another show. It's just one of those games, that people play. When they're playing games.
All right.
But yeah, the No More This Type of Person game, it's like I say no more presidents.
No, but you have to.
All right. Oh, yeah. I have to say Barack Obama, no more presidents. And then you can say any person on Earth, and then no more that type of person.
Wait, I'm so confused. Why?
So
Just
like
'cause
you
that's
go,
the game.
you go until
I don't
you
like that.
Just try it out. Just try it
But
out.
okay.
Just try it out.
How do you lose? How do you win?
So eventually you
you
get...
can't think anymore.
No, because you say like no more this kind of person. Like it does get tighter and tighter.
Where
You
you
Oh,
get
can't-
because
pool
you
of
can't
people.
repeat.
So if I say no more presidents, you can't say any presidents' names.
and then you
Okay,
say,
but how do you distinguish like how to classify the person? Because you could.
It's however you want.
So you could say Chuck Schuldiner, no more metal guitarist.
Metal.
Or you
Metal
could
guitarist.
say Chuck Schuldiner, no more Jews.
Wow, you could say that, but let's
Can we isolate that?
yeah, let's just drop that at the top of
All
the.
right, Wally, go.
Nathan Lane, no more Broadway actors.
Whoa. What? Okay. Gordon Ramsay, no more chefs. Is there a timer?
Okay.
No.
Tiger Woods, no more athletes.
Mustafa, no more kings. Does that count?
Who?
From The Lion King? Mustafa's the king of...
Mufasa?
Yeah. So do you lose or
Mustafa.
I'm out. I think I'm out.
really?
James Earl Jones as Mustafa.
I'm sorry. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'm very happy we played a game.
Up until 1 second ago, you're like, motherfuckers making me play a game.
But
and
yeah,
now
you
you're
can
like,
do like fictional characters. So
I
anything
guess.
goes.
No, I don't know. I was just throwing that out as an experiment, and I blew it.
Let's
Can I get a do-over on mine?
Yeah, do over.
Sure.
But
Okay.
are we allowing fictional characters?
Sure. Why not? This is like anyone, right?
Okay.
I feel like we should.
I feel like you can. Like,
allow
the sky's
it,
the
'cause
limit.
I have a good.
All right, the sky's the limit. I'll redo mine. Or honestly, I would just say, now I know his name is Mufasa. No more kings.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say Ozzy Osbourne, no more tears.
That's good.
That's funny.
No one said musicians, right? Ozzy Osbourne, no more musicians.
Okay.
Is he a musician? No, I'm just kidding.
Jake Gyllenhaal, no more men.
Great.
So now we can't say any. But okay.
Yeah.
We can say men, but they're
No, you
not
can't.
classified as men.
No,
you
Oh,
can't
are
say
you-
anyone
you're
here
trying to make it-
No,
classifies
you
as a
can't
man.
say men. You also
Okay.
can't say any kings. You can't
Yeah.
say any
No,
of the
I
stuff.
know, but men is a very okay. So then the next person is gonna say no more women,
Yeah.
and then
And then
what?
the game's over. No, don't say that.
No. But also, you could say,
I'm just,
here,
I'm
gonna
just
go.
narrowing
I'm gonna
it
go.
down in a fun way.
All right, here, I'm gonna go. You guys ready? You guys ready?
You guys remember that sushi argument?
You guys ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Clifford, no more dogs.
Okay, but now we're going into animals. Is it
Fictional.
just characters?
Sure. Names.
I mean,
I guess
are
it
we
should be
doing
people.
like
Should it be
living?
people?
Are we doing like?
I'm trying to avoid the issue of no more men, no more women.
Are we doing like living and fictional like beings, like things that have like characters that have names?
I would
Swing
say
line,
just
no more
yeah,
staplers.
I would say yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess then the game is endless. What's the middle ground between the like issue of saying okay, no more men, no more women, no more. Well, I guess from there you say just no more humans, because it's like
Yeah.
No, but
non-binary.
But then the game's over. The game. The
But
point.
then
point
you
is
could just
to
do
keep
that at
the
the beginning.
No, but the point is not to end the game. The
Oh,
point
it's to
is
keep
to
the rally
narrow it
going.
down in a fun way where it's difficult for people to then keep going.
I know,
Okay.
but then we need to know exactly
All
like.
right. How about this? Alive humans.
Sure.
But you just said no more men.
Well, we're
Yeah,
starting
we're gonna
over.
say-
I know.
We're
So
starting
then,
over.
then that means that leaves alive women, or
Thank God.
anything in between.
yeah, so non-fictional.
yeah, singing
thing.
alive.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we going from? We starting fresh, or are we going
Let's
from
start
something?
fresh because now we know.
Okay, because
And Allie's gonna start us off.
That's pretty rich.
What?
Because he like laid down the rules and he's like, all right, now you go.
Oh, alive humans. Well, now I'm thinking of like fictional characters. I don't know why I'm thinking of Jodie Foster.
All right, great.
No more actresses.
Okay.
All
Or
right.
I could say actors.
Also, what if shouldn't it be like by profession? So you can't really say like no more
It
gender.
can be anything.
I think it's a
Carrot
profession.
Top. No more redheads.
Okay. No, I'm just thinking about Las Vegas.
What? Okay.
Because of Carrot Top. I literally was talking about Carrot Top earlier today. That totally threw me. What's the magician's name? David Blaine? Is that his name?
Yeah, Mind Freak.
Yeah. David Blaine.
Wait,
no more.
is that Mind Freak?
No,
No,
that's
that's-
Chris Angel.
So is David Blaine? That's a magician.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I'm not using like magician
But
guys.
yeah, I guess magician. He does like but he does like amazing feats.
Okay, whatever. David Blaine.
Held his breath for like 20 minutes or some shit.
So would that be considered a magician or a stunt
It's a
performer?
stunt.
Let's
That's
say
a magician.
But he's a magician too. He's a magician too. But
We're all
but
magicians
he's more than
too.
that.
You think he actually
He's an
held his breath
inspiration.
for 20 minutes?
He did underwater.
David Blaine.
There's a whole.
No more magicians.
Okay. Why is this hard now?
Because of the narrowing of the scope, I keep hitting this.
Okay. Steve Harvey, no more TV.
That's great. Yeah. That's what I mean by like profession.
All right. Bill Nye, no more scientists.
Was he a real scientist?
He was a science guy. That's sort of like Yoo-Hoo, which was a chocolate drink.
I mean, are you guys trying to? Are you guys trying to?
I mean,
argue
we're
the
back to
point
the
that Bill
David
Nye is
Blaine.
not a scientist.
We're back
is
to the
that
David
the hill
Blaine
we
of it
want to
all.
die on here?
No, I will acquiesce that I believe he is a scientist.
Jesus, I'm arguing the scientific validity of Bill Nye over here.
David Sedaris, no more authors.
A David?
David Sedaris, no more authors. This is the hill you want to die on?
David Lynch, no more directors.
David Duchovny, no more Davids. Let's play the mind meld game to finish her off.
Like, are we finishing this game or are we not finishing
I
it?
just feel like we're sort of.
Because it was my turn?
What's okay?
No.
All right.
I'm down to move on.
Because there's a lot of dead air.
Great.
Okay. So let's do the game where we both say a word at the same time, and then we try to get the combination of the two.
I'll try.
You know the game I'm talking about?
Yes.
All right. And then you'll see what we're doing, and then you'll get it. Okay. So we're just trying to
I
find.
think we've played this before.
All right. Well, let's give it a shot. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Steak.
Bicycle. All right. You said steak.
Yes.
And I said bicycle. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Meat.
Cow. Okay.
Yeah.
Eating cow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Beef. Yes. Okay. You two.
I can't think of words.
It's really hard. Honestly, because we did try to play this when we were still on Zoom, and you got so angry at me.
Maybe
Because it was one of the dark times. But now that we're in person, I think we can effectively play the game.
Yeah.
But I would really struggle because sometimes we would play by the practice space or something, and I was like, I can't think of anything. But let's
Okay.
just try. So we're gonna say 1, 2, 3 together, and then we'll just say one random word, and then
Yeah.
try and come with. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Stadium.
Ribs.
Ribs? Ribs?
I
okay.
said ribs. You ready? Here we go. One,
One,
ready, two.
No.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
Okay, you ready to count with me?
I can't even think of something related to the two.
Well,
just
also-
even if it's sort of like tangential, like it's just sort of like what do you call it? Stream of
Yeah,
consciousness.
I have one.
Well, you're not playing.
No, but I'm saying like
I also have
there's
one.
an answer out there.
Of course there is.
Okay.
Okay.
One,
One,
two,
two, three.
three. Foundation.
Bleachers. Okay. Okay. You ready?
1,
Two,
2,
three.
3.
Column.
Metal.
Ooh. Ready? One,
One,
two,
two.
three. Infrastructure. Oh. Does that count?
No,
We
it's
both
close.
said structure.
Oh,
I said infrastructure. She said structure.
oh, okay. All right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
All right,
That's
now
pretty
you
good.
two.
All right.
Oh god, I don't want to go again. Okay.
One, two, three. Teeth.
Plastic.
Plastic teeth. Okay, ready?
One, two, three.
Dentures.
Wow.
Yeah! Hell yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Dude, we did really well.
Okay, you guys go.
All right.
Oh, I figured.
No, I like this.
What are all these figuresings that you're doing of like things having to be done already? Like
It's
just
late. It's late.
live it up, enjoy, luxuriate in our friendship time.
All right. All right. Then
Let's do one more round. We'll do a lightning round between the all of us. You ready?
Okay.
Okay.
We can also try 3 at a time.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's do
yeah.
one more round, and then we'll do a 3 of us.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
1, 2, 3. Painting.
Book. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Cover.
Ink. Ooh.
Ink and cover.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Brush. Ooh. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Bristle.
Pencil. God damn it.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Marker.
Stick.
All right, we're getting further away. Marker. All right, marker and stick.
Ready?
All right, wait. Marker and stick. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ruler. Point and ruler.
You just got like.
Point and ruler.
I got
one. I got one. You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Protractor.
Oh my god.
Cane and
Cane?
protractor.
Wait, where did you get cane?
Because it's like a
Ruler
It's
and
almost
it's
like
like
point.
a long
irrelevant.
stick
It's
that
a-
you could like.
You
hold
go.
and
You're
point
like
with.
going further away.
No, okay. No, but it's
Wait, cane and what?
I got one.
but
I
it's
got one.
only of the very last one.
Cane
Here we
and
go. You
what?
ready?
Wait, what did you say?
I said protractor.
And I said cane.
Yes. You ready?
1,
2,
2, 3. Geometry.
Compass.
Ooh.
Wait. Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Degrees.
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram. Oh, wait.
We're getting too in the weeds. I don't know enough
let's
about
keep going.
geometry
Okay,
to try to go there.
Wait, what did I say?
Geometry, right?
No.
no.
I said
Degrees.
degrees.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
degrees.
you ready?
And what is yours?
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
I got one.
3,
1,
2,
3.
square.
Angle.
Oh my god.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
90.
Triangle. Wait. Okay.
90 degrees,
90 and triangle. You got it?
Yes.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Right.
Equal. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Right
of course.
triangle.
Of course.
Okay. So wait. Equal. Wait. You said equal, and I said right.
Did I say equal? Oh, what? No. yeah. I did
Okay.
say equal.
And I said right.
I don't know. I'm lost now.
1,
2,
3.
Straight
Isosceles.
edge? Ah, we're so fucked.
Okay,
We
let's do
lose.
one more, and then it's gone. Wait, you
Um,
said straight edge, and I said isosceles. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Shape.
Graph. We're done. Sorry,
Damn
I
it!
failed
You were like
I know,
circling
we
each
had
other.
it,
We're like,
we
okay.
lost. It's all right.
Oh
All
my
right,
god,
all right.
that's so good.
All right, Allie. I'm fresh off a failure.
Oh my god.
You ready to try one?
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
We go. Yeah. Okay. Ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Can.
Boots.
Boots and can.
Um.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Beat.
Fisherman.
Fisherman. Boots and can.
Oh,
they got,
I
like,
get
a
it. Yeah,
can
because
of-
those are things that a fisherman would like pull up.
I was singing like boots and cans and boots and cans. So I was
What did
like,
you say?
I said beat.
Beat. Okay, fisherman and beat. Okay.
One, two, three.
Farmer.
Wharf.
What did you say?
Wharf.
You thought she was gonna say wharf?
That was just what came to my mind. I wasn't
I was
necessarily
trying
what she
to.
was
I
going to
was trying
say.
to put together the beat with the fisherman.
And what did you say?
Farmer.
You put the beat with the fisherman.
Farmer. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
A
sense.
farmer is like a beat fisherman.
Yeah,
okay.
he is.
Yeah, no, that totally
yeah.
makes sense. It totally
I'm
makes sense.
Totally on board.
Okay, let's
Never agreed with you more.
let's try and keep going. You ready?
Okay. You
One,
said you said wharf.
Yes,
And
you said farmer.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Tractor.
Farm. Okay.
One.
Other things.
Think of a farm. What's on a farm? One.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of what you're gonna think of.
Oh wait, sorry. There's something that we could have implemented. There's like a sort of a trick, or maybe or not like a trick, but like a thing that sometimes helps. Is that like sometimes you get into the loop of you only saying nouns. And you just keep saying things over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say other words like adjectives. That
Okay.
sometimes
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
I like the nouns. We're good. We're good.
I think I'm gonna fuck this up, but here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Barn.
Irrigation.
Okay.
I'm gonna stretch out a
Okay.
little bit here. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cow.
Rooster. Oh, okay. Okay.
You got it. You got this. There is an answer. There is an answer.
Rooster and cow. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Goat.
Pig. I was gonna say goat.
The answer was chicken.
I was gonna say goat, and then I was like, I said in my mind, I was like, oink. Okay. Pig and
Goat.
goat. Okay.
I'm ready. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Sheep.
Very good. Very
I
good.
almost said dog. And I said sheep. So glad. All right. All right. Allie and Dylan, your turn.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Ceramic.
Small. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Bowl.
Teacup.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Smooth.
Plate.
Smooth. Like that song.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. China.
Tea in China. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Green.
Kettle. Green.
Green tea. Okay, so green and kettle.
Green kettle. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Water.
You didn't say anything. Oh.
I was gonna say black.
Okay, black water. Okay,
Black water.
There is an answer.
there is. 1. Ready?
Okay. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Earl
Murky.
Grey.
Murky and Earl Grey.
1,
2,
2, 3.
Steep.
Milk.
Milk
Steep
and
and
steep.
milk.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Butter.
Hot.
Ooh. Okay.
Hot butter.
Hot butter.
1,
Summer in the city.
2.
3.
Toast.
Damn it!
Why did you say anything?
Because I got off the rhythm.
What happened?
I was gonna say melt.
Okay.
All right.
so melt and
toast
toast.
Melt
belts.
and toast.
All right. 1, 2.
2.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Jam.
Bagel.
Oh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Marmalade.
Sandwich.
Oh.
Marmaladed sandwich. Oh.
There is
Okay.
the
Okay.
most
Okay.
clear
Okay.
answer
Okay.
of this whole game.
1, 2, 3. Preserves.
Oh, you guys are out of your
Preserves
minds.
and bread.
What is happening? What is happening? How has this not been said? It's said the most clear. To me,
What did we say?
I said bread, and you said preserves.
it's only one answer.
What? We've
I'm
said
not
it.
gonna- Go on. 1.
1, 2, 3.
3. Knife.
Sandwich.
You said
Damn
sandwich.
it!
You already said
Okay, sandwich and knife. 1, 2, 3. Slice.
Ah.
I guess that's
Wow. I was trying to say toast.
cheating. We said toast. I knew it. We said toast. I knew you were thinking of a word you said.
Okay.
All right, all three of us.
All right.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. Okay.
1, 2, 3, run.
Blanket.
Blanket, what'd you say?
Hate.
Hate and run.
Okay.
Run,
Blanket,
hate.
run.
Oh, I got the perfect.
Wait.
Yep, I'm
run,
ready.
Hate, blanket.
Yep. One.
Wait.
One,
1,
two,
2, 3,
fear.
jogging. What'd you say?
Sleep.
Sleep, fear, jogging. Oh, okay. Sleep, fear, jogging. Sleep, fear, jogging. Ready? 1, 2, 3, nightmare.
Damn.
What did you say?
I said nightmare.
Did you? No, you didn't.
I said sleepwalk.
I said sleepwalk.
All right.
All right, that was a great episode.
We're never gonna get three.
You guys want to do one more?
All right,
It was
all
pretty
right,
fast.
all
So
right.
let's do one more.
Oh, you want to do one more?
Let's do one more. All right, everybody ready?
Like starting over or from what we just said?
Starting over.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you guys won.
Yeah.
I lost.
I'm
All right, ready?
1,
1, 2, 3.
But.
foam.
What you say?
But.
Hot.
Foam. Hot foam butt. Hot foam butt.
I mean, I know what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Okay.
1,
2, 3.
pad.
What'd
A
you
hot
say?
foam butt is a seat.
I said pad.
You said cum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Seat, cum, pad.
I got some.
This is bummer.
Seat, cum, pad.
1, 2, 3.
Towel.
Movie theater.
What did you say?
Movie theater.
Come, seat, pad.
And so why is that
Movie theater.
Like a movie theater. A movie theater seat
Uh-huh.
has cum on it.
Pad.
Pad, like foam pad.
It's padded.
Okay.
Like it's.
So what we said towel.
We did
What
get
did
towel.
you say?
Movie
Well,
theater.
we're done. Apparently, if two
If
people
by
get
the rules is no, that was just me giving up on the last game. I mean, we can keep going.
movie theater and towel.
And towels.
Movie theater and
Well, yeah, no, I'm just joking.
movie theater and towel.
Um,
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
napkin. What? Oh,
Because they have towels.
you
at
guys
the
are
beach.
creeps.
I didn't even say anything.
All right. Well, this is
Yeah, we're
insane.
good.
I'm like sweating.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say
Oh.
Michael Jackson because I was thinking blanket,
Oh, that's funny.
but it doesn't even make any sense because towel is not. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for tuning into Bee's Company.
Wait,
this has been.
any plugs?
Yeah, I was gonna get the plugs going. You setting
That's
it
how
up.
you're signing off.
I was my wrap up
Oh,
tone. and I
now you
was
don't
gonna-
want to sign off. Anyways,
see what I see.
What do you got to plug, Dylan?
Well, if you guys go to beekeepermetal.com, that is where you are going to find everything related to us. We got the albums, we got the LPs, the cassettes, the CDs, the brand new Beefame shirt designed by Sean O'Neill. We got links to the videos, to the music videos, to the playthroughs, to everything, to the YouTube, to the social meds. Beekeepermetal.com. Did I miss anything?
That's all the Beekeeper stuff, I think. Also, you can check out more episodes of our Bee's Company podcast at Beekeeper Metal official YouTube page. You can also find it on Spotify and iTunes, or what is it now? Apple Music, Stitcher Premium. It's available wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Keep an eye out for our new album, Blazing Star, which we are currently in production on. And also check out our other band, Fermenter, which has a couple of shows coming up in September, 17th and the 25th at Pasadena and San Diego, respectively. Also, the movie I scored, Sign Man, is premiering this month in Nevada and Reno, and getting to go to a screening next month, actually the week before our show, in Los Angeles. to see it in a theater, which I'm really excited about.
Can you send me a link to buy
yeah,
tickets?
I'll send everyone a link in the show notes to buy tickets as soon as I have it. But that all just came through like in the last couple of days, so that's really exciting.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that's all the big ones.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy fuck.
How's it going, Beekeeper fans? I am Wally, the bassist of Beekeeper, and I'm here today to tell you about our album Slaves to the Nothing, which is out now for the first time on vinyl. And you can go to beekeepermetal.bandcamp.com and get yours today, and I highly recommend it. As the engineer of the album, I can tell you, Slaves to the Nothing is meant to be listened on vinyl, and that's what you should do. So go to our website now and order one for you and your family.